Welcome to Gamage Facts. Josh here, and today it's time to put on 10 of the coolest armors in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. For this list, we're looking at the unlockable armors in the game, considering their appearance first and then any special effects. Of course, there's a lot to choose from and a lot will come down to personal taste, as is so common in an RPG. So here are both the totally ridiculous ones and the before we dive in now. Everyone knows that the standard Raven Clan armor is the best choice. Most players wear it all the time, and for good reason, because it's used in all promotional materials, and yes, it's very cool. So consider it number 0 out of all the others, but you probably already know it pretty well. We're looking for more extraordinary pieces of clothing that have changed the game for us in some way. But let me know, did you follow the path of the Berserker set just to see your tattoos, or did you just go for the most historically accurate clothing? Let me know down in the comments. Don't want to join for my mother's sake, I can't do that. But our threads will cross paths again before the final day. Number 10, Thor's armor and his magic die with him. Does that worry you, trickster? Right at the beginning, Thor's armor is known in this game for having a super high defense value and being some of the best rewards you can earn in the main questline. Visually, this set is a royal blue and gold Valkyrie plate mail, whose most iconic part is the winged helmet that Thor has been depicted with over the years, especially in the early Marvel comics. Yes, it's impossible not to draw connections to the MCU, at least a little bit, if Aveir can be customized to look exactly like the blonde beauty. Skill-wise, he's hand-in-hand with Milner to increase your speed and stun enemies, which in turn increases your speed and stuns more enemies. If you get your equipment right, entire armies can't even move, while a few parts can be collected early after a particularly difficult boss fight. But you won't earn all the parts until every member of the Order of the Ancient has fallen, all 35. But if you want to roleplay as a god, this is the armor for you. St. George's armor. Become a military saint and don the Templar robe of this Crusader Knight, known throughout the world as a patron saint to many and a symbol of the Red Cross. To be honest, I'm not quite up to date on the saints, but I know a glorious armor when I see one. St. George's white and red set comes with a battle crown helmet and a dramatic cross-painted cape, both of which only get cooler when upgraded. Its ability grants an increase in attack and speed when impaling an enemy, which seems most complementary to the use of swords and spears appropriately. With similarly regal as the purchasable Charlemagne skin, this set is available for the semi-new River Raids mode, adding even more content to an already full game. The Reaper's armor becomes something out of a medieval nightmare in the form of the Reaper himself, black to the toes. The beauty of this armor lies in its simplicity, perfect for the Halloween season when wielding a scythe, but also always a good choice to round out an outfit, even if it's just the tattered cloak. The cloak's original ability is to restore some health after an assassination while slowing down time if discovered, causing the wearer to disappear and reappear from the shadows like a ghost in the night. It's not particularly powerful, but after completing missions to earn fame and glory, it's worth it. These initially beautiful earth green robes can be upgraded to an equally attractive gold metal suit in the Wrath of the Druids DLC. Best of all, if you want to play an archer build, this is an unmatched choice for you. The champion armor crazily increases ranged and sneak damage to take out enemies at a tasteful distance. It's earned by collecting fame and redeeming materials, and is a good choice for players tired of the sword and battle axe armor that was often called the best armor in the early days of the game. You can't go wrong with the fan set, even if you tried. Remember the battle crown I mentioned earlier? Well, this one turns you into a melee-based beast, complete with cape and massive shoulder pads that transform your appearance into a king or queen of the final boss. When an enemy performs a heavy attack and you successfully parry it, that's GGS for the enemy's health bar. The helmet is built to make you feel like a main character, flawlessly deflecting all of your enemies' attacks, and it's waiting for you to collect at any time in the world. Draugr armor, so bosses cast magic on you. You travel to fantastic places with mythical creatures, but here you're just a mortal man. Why not settle the score and become an undead warrior? This heavily padded armor is suitable for going beyond the wall or venturing into the coldest stages of HC. Double hockey sticks. This set grants you increased damage to poisoned enemies with additional buffs for speed and stun. Combine this with your choice of poisonous weapons and saunter on, while damage over time eliminates everything you touch with multiple rune slots available. Stacking poison on poison is a breeze. Find this at the Helix store or at Rita's store. Mentor's armor. We need your iron fist. I can find Selma. Be ready when we return. So far we've turned into The Walking Dead, the Grim Reaper and Thor, but let's return to the game's namesake and bring the assassin back to Assassin's Creed. The Mentor's armor feels like it was designed as a worse assassin's outfit in the timeline where they join the Brotherhood directly instead of fighting alongside them. The face mask adds a unique flair to the classic design. When you equip the set, your total attack damage increases after you land critical hits, which means you kill something and keep killing without detours. We can slip into the armor of the legendary ISU for the third time in the series, who you may know as mythical figures like Loki, Zeus, Aphrodite, and so on. Swap out your leather and wool for gear from the Destiny games. The best part is that it increases assassination and headshot damage if you remain undetected. Though the ISU unfurl their wings of light at night after a successful kill attempt, it complements the stealthy playstyle that has been introduced so far. Doesn't make much sense. No, it feels cool to take out your enemies while looking like a cyborg from the future. No question. I wish I could say players can find this super secret armor randomly hidden all over the world, but that's not the case, as you have to buy it with Helix points or with luck in Rita's store. Steampunk armor. Okay, maybe sci-fi is your style, but far in the future it's not anymore. Valhalla has you dressed in a living metal to become a chugging iron or gold golem. This armor is constantly animated, with steam leaking from a shoulder valve and an Iron Man heart that glows with immortal flame while making you invisible to bad guys. In the right lighting conditions, your torso and eyes will be slightly illuminated, making it really clear that you've suddenly become a Victorian-era assassin. Bot AoE or area of effect damage isn't that common of a skill in Valhalla aside from a few adrenaline-based skills, but here they've given Steampunk the passive ability to build up a cloud of poison or fire that discharges on successful hits. When you get into combat as usual and whole groups of enemies are continuously taking damage. Fire or poison makes this armor a lot of fun and very adaptable. You have to pick it up with Helix or Rita's. To put it simply, this set is so cool because once you're surrounded it feels a bit like we have you 4-1. I like these odds. Finally, how can you beat the best, because it has something for everyone beyond the assassin armor. Yes, sometimes you just want to experience the nostalgia of a comfortable old look, but in a new game, the neutral robes of Biax and Basm fit Abair strangely well and can be easily mixed and matched, while the Ezio and Altair armors allow you to play as a completely different character while not granting you any special ability. So far the best use that many players have found is to use the transmog system to apply other set bonuses to them. The best thing about these sets is that almost all of them are free. Because the best thing about these sets is that they're almost all free at cost. In particular, you only need to have played one other Assassin's Creed game with the same account, which I think is a very good condition. All older titles are always on sale or just free to encourage new players to try them out, while long-time fans can pick up their boy right away. This is fan service done right and very cool. Do you agree with our selection? Check out this other recent clip from Gamage. Facts, and be sure to subscribe to the bell to be informed about our latest videos.